What you're about to see and hear, and perhaps also read, is a teacher's guide for CMST ampersand 220, a two-year college public speaking class, as it's taught here at Clover Park Technical College in Lakewood, Washington in the USA, and as it could be adopted in whole or in part by other instructors elsewhere in Washington State or around the world. I'm doing something a little bit unorthodox with this teacher's guide. I'm dictating it to a dictation program that's a software program called Dragon Naturally Speaking. This is not an ad for Dragon Naturally Speaking, but if all works well, it will capture what I'm saying into a microphone that I have in front of my face here, as well as preserving it so that later on you will be able to read what I'm saying here. At the same time, as you can see if you have visual acuity, I'm speaking to a video camera in front of me. Let me go on now to tell you what to expect in this teacher's guide. Basically, I'm going to split it into two parts. The first part will be theoretical and philosophical considerations. The second part will be logistical considerations. The reason I'm doing this is that I discovered a long time ago that when I was an administrator in a community college and was soliciting, or not necessarily soliciting, but receiving requests from faculty members for money or support for various things, I always found myself torn by the fact that I wanted to support their good ideas but didn't always have the resources or didn't always know how to make the things happen that they wanted to happen. So I found myself frequently telling them, well, let's talk about the philosophical side and let's talk about the logistical side. Often the philosophical side was something that we agreed on fervently. They had done a lot of work to prepare their proposals. They were thoughtful, they were hardworking, they were industrious, they were smart. And yet, when we got to the logistical side, I couldn't always tell them what they wanted to hear. I couldn't always say, yes, let's do what you want to do. Let's do it right now, in fact. So, what you're going to hear, as I said before, is some theoretical considerations about public speaking as I've taught it at Clover Park and as you might teach it elsewhere, and then some logistical things that do have to do specifically with how I have tried to take the philosophical things and put them into practice in my own classroom. I need to say right up front that this so-called course in the Open Course library is really more than one course. The things that I say here and the things that you might do on the basis of what I say here are more than what any one instructor might decide to do in any one school term, whether it's a quarter or a semester. In other words, this is really meant to be an open course library rather than a course.